Hi, this is John Lammers, the creator of EpicTable, and this is the second in a series of EpicTable 2.0 previews. In this one, what I want to show you is the new Game Object Manager. Now, this is one I'm really excited about because unlike the chat enhancements, this is something that's totally new. So, if you are familiar with 1.0, you're aware that the way you managed game objects, by which I mean characters and maps and handouts and those kinds of things, the way you managed those was through a set of galleries in the ribbon. And it was kind of attractive, but it wasn't great when you got more than just a few of each kind of object. So it wasn't super for managing a longish campaign. And one of the things I had forecast some time ago was this notion of a game object tree. So that's what I want to show you. Before we get going though, I want to call out this map that you're looking at in the middle of EpicTable. This is a Brennan Reese original that he did for EpicTable that has been in our box sets and is a perennial demo piece at Gen Con and things. So I want to thank him for that, as well as for the icons and everything. So let me show you the game object tree. Okay, so notice first of all, this is auto hidden. You don't have to auto hide it, but it's there out of your way, presuming that most of the time you're not going to be messing with game objects. But if you want, and for the sake of this demo, I'm going to pin it, and then that just makes it part of the display here. Now these are resizable, of course, and they're individually auto-hideable. So let me first talk about what they are. This pane organizes the objects by type, and that's primarily so you don't lose track of them. It's every object in your game bucketed like this. But the thing that's new is that you have this ability to customize the way you want to organize your objects. So over here I've got them organized by scene, and I'll take you through how we do that. So let's first take a look at what we've got here. I'll make this a little bigger. So we have a number of maps and tabletops, handouts, characters. So what I'm going to do is a couple things. I'm going to first drag some of the characters, and again, this is all code in development, so don't pay too much attention to the styling. Some of the colors and things like that will change. So I'll drag my player characters over there, and now let's say further that this Brennan Overland map that I was talking about, that's a recurring piece. We're going to come back to that over and over, so that's why I've got this recurring folder. And you know, if I want to be hyper organized, I could say that my player characters are recurring as well. Now what we can do is we can promote and demote these. So I'm going to do this through the keyboard. I've got drag and drop implemented, but I don't have promote and demote implemented through the mouse yet. But I'm basically using the same keyboard strokes that Workflowy uses. So arrow keys with combinations of Shift and Alt to let you basically move things around. So I can change the order of these, or I can move them into a different part of the tree, and I could have dragged that there too. So if I want to put these two in scene 1 and say scene 1 is going to include a handout of the mansion and this map, so I can, you know, really quickly organize things the way I want them. And let's say that I don't really think about things in terms of chapters or something, so I'm going to call this, instead of chapter 1, I'll just rename this to session 1. So if I want to organize my game that way, I can do that. And notice the shared or private status of each object is shown here. And let's take a look at some of the things that are available on each of those. So if I pop that open, you know, I've got normal cut and paste, so that's supported throughout this. So you can copy or cut and paste objects from pane to pane or within the pane. Renames, you can collapse and expand the nodes, and use up and down and to change their order and promote and demote. So you've got a good bit of flexibility in how you want to organize your game. Now, in addition to that, let me show you, once you've got your game organized, you probably don't need this by type pane all the time. So you could auto hide that, and that way you have just your scene objects, and maybe that's enough. This is kind of a small view because of the video, so you actually have more real estate than it looks like here, and so maybe you keep that open all the time, or maybe you auto hide it. The other thing you can do is, if you do want both of them, then you can take this and just drag it, and you can actually tile these. So a lot of flexibility in how you want to go about organizing your game objects. Now I'm just going to get rid of the by type completely for now, and the mode that I would probably work with this in is I would have my game organized by scene or by session or something, and then from there you can drag and drop player characters, you know, to the map or to the portrait bar. And you know, the one thing that I'm not showing here, which I think we need to bring over from the 1.0 product, is the notion of a preview. So you notice in 1.0 in the gallery, you get a little a small icon that gives you some idea of what the thing is besides just the name. So you have a little picture of it, and then that picture blows up as you hover. So I'll do something similar to that, so you have some notion of a preview of the object that you can look at before you go dragging it around. But this is pretty, you know, other than some polish and some styling, this is pretty functional right now. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I think what I want to do is solicit some feedback from you folks and get this into beta before I spend a ton more time on polishing it up, just to make sure that if there are any substantial changes, that I'm making those before polish rather than after. So that's all I've got this evening. Oh, you know, I do want to throw out a teaser. There's some surprises here beyond just the preview. There's some interesting things that might still make it in addition to the functionality that you've seen here, and I will talk about those you know, as they come to pass. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.